Hey, y'all, welcome to the Single But Not Solo podcast where we are giving you a fresh perspective on being single. I have a really special guest here with me today. Y'all know how we do it, and you know how I feel about it. We have to have the male perspective. Single But Not Solo is not just for women, but I get it. Most of my, people that watch are women, so that's cool. I got a few bros that chime in from here and there, but nevertheless, I refuse to have a podcast where we don't hear from the men. Okay, so that's just how I feel about it. We're going to get into this conversation. Now, this is something that we talked about. It's been a few months ago. If you recall our conversation with Melissa Watkins, why don't men introduce us women to their friends? And we talked a little bit about how it seems a little one-sided. Like us ladies, we are a little more open to doing that. However, when we approach our bros and be like, hey, introduce me to your partner. Bro. They be like, man, and then it's a whole thing. So we want to get to the bottom of that today. And we have Will in the studio with us to help us get to the bottom of it. Will Brown Jr., thank you for being here with me today.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right. Well, listen, Will is a radio producer in the city of Nashville, and he has some really great commentary that I want to get into today on this topic right here. So, Will, let's get into it. All right. All right. Well, one of the first things that came up out of that conversation. So here's the scenario. For those of you who haven't gone back, please go back and watch that episode. But for those of you who haven't gone back, let me give you the scenario. Will is my bro, right? And he's got a bro that I think he, I would like to talk to. I like to meet him. So I'm gonna walk up to Will and say, Will, your guy that the one who wants you. Why don't you introduce me? And Will, what do you say? Now, I let you give me right off top of the dome. Don't think this through. Just what do you say?
Oh, I would say, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you want to talk to that person? Because one, as a man, when I have no issues.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, dog, you know what I'm saying? Your gal, her friend, kind of cute.
Okay.
Now, dog, you got 5 baby mamas. You paying child support.
Right.
She ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already got 3 kids, too many, right?
Okay.
So I think sometimes you have to protect on both sides.
Okay.
And you have to be transparent.
Okay.
And so to answer your question, you see Milan brother over there.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's cute? Okay. I'm gonna say, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell him, hey, this lady over here, she finds you attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you got 1 or 2 options. You can either holler at her, you can politely tell her, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, that's on y'all. I think where a lot of people mess up when they introduce them, they're like, oh Lord, I hope it goes right. And and it, I don't want one to do something and it messes up the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that happen.
Okay.
And I tell people all the time, I've been on both sides of karma.
Okay.
And so I've been the person that I'm like, hey, dog, you know what I'm saying? Your friend, man, let me holler at her.
Mm-hmm.
Go do my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, not what typical adults do when they do their thing, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, her name, I done met Wednesday and by Friday I got me a Victoria. Now, going back to the point, it's all about your intentions. Mm-hmm. And I think if you can go in it with the right type of intentions, everybody's for everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have someone, but for the people that don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's for everybody.
Right.
And that's just how I don't have an issue saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to holler at you. Kind of like when we met.
Exactly.
You and your friend, you saw me. I was with my new uncle, and I kind of noticed y'all both stared my way, and I had to let it be known, like, hey, I got somebody. But Unc over here,
I love that.
Unc over here I ain't heard him talk about wife, babe, side piece. Boo thing,
right.
sleek, sneaky link, nothing. I ain't heard him say none of that.
Right.
Tell your friend, You know what I'm saying? Like, she might want to go holler at him.
I like that.
And so that's what happened. And we need to report on that. We need to see how my new uncle and your homegirl, we need to see how they doing.
You're going to have to check in with him because I didn't even know her like that. Like, she was just somebody I just met then. So if you got any connection with him, I would definitely like to know. However, this is super good because let me tell you what the canned response that we typically get on this request of our men friend, our bros and our men friend. Typically, they'd be like, "Who will? Nah."
And you know why?
And then we be like, "Well, can we get some explanation?"
You know why dudes?
We don't get no explanation.
You know why dudes do that?
That's what we want to know. Why do y'all do that?
Because they want y'all asses. And so I've had that happen to me. Like I'm there are times I'm out with my gal,
okay, and
a dude will look at her because, and this is gonna sound horrible, but it's the truth. Women are so easy to manipulate.
I'm not gonna say no to that. I'm not gonna say no to that.
And you know, I'm gonna take it a step further. So it's like if you can look at if you can look at my gal and look her up and down, and then look at me, look her up and down, and go,
oh. And
if she's insecure, she's gonna look at me like, well, why am I here?
Well, why am I here?
And so it's speaking as a man, but like if we live in a generation that, you know, like Yo Gotti said, that girl ain't your girl, dog. That's an old Yo Gotti song. And a lot of my real Yo Gotti fans, they know what song I'm talking about. And that's so true. They for everybody. So now everybody has taken on that approach. And we live in such a sexually liberated, I can have you today, her tomorrow, then two next week. I can, if I was, you know, part of the community, I can have them two dudes if that's just what I wanted. But that's not my group. But I think that's the thing. And a lot of dudes, they'll gaslight. They're like, oh man, no, you don't want that money. He broke. That ain't no real friend. If a real friend will never try to, never want to, or never will leave you. So it's why would I, if you say you talking to one of my you see me, right? We just you and I.
Right.
Hey, we're kind of cute. And you talking about my husband, bro. You know, baby, you don't want him. He broke. I need it when by the time you get to me,
right,
and you find it out, because now you're gonna come to me with a different energy. I need to be going back and hit him in the chest. Because now he's just showing me he can't be trusted.
Absolutely.
With nothing. So big dog, you finna get hit in the chest when I get a chance.
You got guys that are like, first of all, they're not even gonna like tell you the truth about the dude. Is that a competition thing for y'all in some way, or is dude, you know, guys, y'all just because y'all competitive? Is that like a competitive thing?
I mean, it depends.
You know, like you said, you can't trust him now. He won't even speak well of you, not in your presence or in your absence. So, like, what is that about for y'all? And so the other half of this question, you can speak on this a little bit, is okay. So, you know, I asked my bro, he like, nah, and then he won't give me any explanation. We want to know, right? So we want to know. So it's either he looking at me like that, and I don't know it yet, or like, who are these people that y'all are calling? That's my boy. Like, do y'all really like evaluate? Are they all? Is that just a general term, or do y'all like really check these people out and be like, you know, I don't even need him around me. Like, how did that work for y'all?
A real man with any type of discernment is gonna check a dude out. Okay. Now, I have, you know, growing up, I'm from Nashville. You know, one of the few people that is still in this city, that's from this city. So I've grown up in that dude. Yeah, man, that's my dog. That's my dog. Yeah. And you go out and now I see you and my gal out.
Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Or it's time for you to be a friend and I need something, you ain't there. So I would say a man that's not very sure about himself, that may still be growing in some areas, may see everyone as a friend. Okay. But a real man with some discernment, with some wisdom, with some knowledge, that money, he ain't got a lot of friends. And that's just because he's been through enough things in life and has noticed, okay, that person, I can't call that person a friend. You know, you have to learn how to categorize people. Okay. Me personally, that's good. Well, I don't, you know, I come off very welcoming. I come off cool. You know, I know I'm attractive, all those types of things. I will categorize your ass so fast.
Well,
it don't take no time for me. You know what I'm saying? And I've made my mistakes, right? And even in my 30s, I've made those mistakes. But I learned quicker from them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's that. But to go into the competition thing when it comes to other women, now there have been times where I've told a friend girl of mine that's probably connected to the current woman I'm with, oh, your dog, I'm gonna throw out alias names. Your dog, EC. And EC cute. Maybe EC going through a lot right
now. So you do that for us. You'll do that for us.
AC going through a lot right now. Right. Only thing you can be to that Ninja Turtle right now is his friend.
Okay. We appreciate that, Will.
Dog going through a lot. Okay. What his money looking like, baby? That's a conversation y'all gotta have.
Don't even worry about
what he do for a living. Dog, I just said that's a conversation y'all need to have. Right. I'm not going there. He'll tell you all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if you the bruh. I don't care none of that. You my own family, baby. He ain't nothing.
Okay.
He ain't about nothing.
See, that's what we get.
He ain't about nothing. Like he just.
We be like, so this is the kind of people y'all hanging around.
But see, here the problem is again, you have to learn how to categorize people.
You said.
Just because I'm in the room, that person don't mean that's my friend.
Exactly.
I can be in a room of 50 people. I can probably count out 7 people that I know.
And I think that's another thing women don't understand about y'all.
Yeah, like I can be in a room with 50 people, and I know where all 7 of my friends are. But the other 43, I ain't worried about y'all.
But you can network the room and be like, hey, dapping it up. Hey, what's up? And it would appear like we friends. We all good and we all friends.
Yeah, but I'm going to put this number in my phone. Like when we met at the Black Men's Wear thing, that was something, shout out to them. That was a beautiful thing.
It was.
First time ever doing something like that for myself and network with a lot of people. Crazy thing was, I get out there. I knew about 8 or 10 guys, had some type of relationship with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But did I make a friend or two that day? Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. I think that's just because who I am, my aura, all my energy, and all that good stuff.
Your personality just
right.
Like that. Yeah.
So, but again, those people are in a category. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say out of the 40 guys I met outside of my frat brothers who I'm gonna have that relationship with regardless, because we got that common bond. Yeah. Outside of them, like a couple other people, like I was texting one of them before we got on. Like we trying to figure out what we finna do today. We both people that don't really like being out late. Yeah. Because we got stuff to lose. So he like, man, what you trying to know? I'm like, man, bro, it don't matter, bro. We just meet up here at 5. Like, what's up?
Okay. Yeah.
So but that person I know. How I looked at him, he texted me happy birthday on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like,
he had to do that.
Okay, bet. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So this is something like, you know what? Outside of business, I'm going to hit you up. You get to come to the cookout.
Yeah.
Just know I don't have a lot of people in my cookouts. Yeah, because of my diet. But
but this is good because again, to us, okay, from the female lens, okay, observing how men interact. To us, it appears like, oh, y'all cool. Y'all got this brotherhood bond. Y'all got these unspoken rules, like that. There's like man code that we call it man code. That just because if dude over here is with her and her, y'all not gonna say that. Y'all just gonna kind of be like, yeah, no, don't worry, I ain't gonna introduce it to EC, and we be like. Women, we need a little more, don't we? We're like,
I think y'all get off on that curiosity.
Can y'all what's up with him? What's wrong with him? We're trying to figure it out because we've seen we are observing them from our female lens, and in our mind, we already have said, oh, he looks nice, he has a nice smell. Oh, look at his dress. Oh, this, that, and the other, and we've kind of made an assumption, and I think men do this on some level too. But I'm just talking about the ladies because that's all I know. On some level, we've already determined. Oh, this is a nice guy, or this is my kind of guy, or the kind of guy I'd like to approach. And so we've already made those kind of assumptions. So by the time we come to you and say, Will, introduce me to EC, we don't have the background you got. So now you got to clash up against our preconceived, ladies, idea of this dude that we've been observing for a few minutes across the room. And instead of taking Will's word for it, some of us, maybe not all, I gotta see. Well, let me see. And we don't take his word for it. But Will is different. He's a little more forthcoming, straightforward. Average dudes, I'm gonna just say they gonna kind of him, and you're not gonna get a good answer, which is what started this conversation. It's because we don't get good answers, not at all. And that's a struggle for us. We need a good answer.
It means y'all need to reevaluate. Y'all need to reevaluate y'all male frame.
See, now the conversation in the last video was that they need to reevaluate who they're hanging with. But see, now I'm getting some background that we didn't have before. So now this is making sense. Because Will said he categorizes. He already know who go where, and everybody is not in his circle, regardless of how it may look in the room when he is interacting. I love that. I love that you shared that with us.
Oh yeah, and that's just through life experience.
But that's just good perspective for us, because we, like I said, we're looking through our lens and we don't observe it that way. So that backstory kind of helped us. So to our other conversation, to our other little point here, I want to get on this. So Melissa made a statement that men like quantity. In other words, when it comes to women, in other words, they like to know that she likes me and she does too. Now I'm gonna say that's a you know what I'm gonna say that might be a man thing more than a woman thing, but there are women who are like that too. But walk us through that a little bit, Will. Is it men want all women to want them? Is it that thing? Is it, what is it? Like, what is it when it comes to that kind of thing? Is that true? And if it's not true, what's some of the, what are we missing when we, because it looks like that to us. Like y'all want all the women to like y'all. When y'all walk in the room, it's like every woman in here want me. So is that a thing?
I mean, to some guys, yeah.
Okay.
But
some of them guys we was talking about pre-show, but we're not gonna call on that.
Right. But like to some guys, it is, and I think God made women the way He made women
for your own purpose,
for the reason why He made women the way that they are,
so that you would like us,
right? So it's like He made them in all shapes and sizes, and I ain't gonna lie to you, like
we looks good, don't we?
I mean, I see bad ones every day, young, old, in between, like see them all. Some men are like that.
Okay.
I will say I've kind of been the person that I've had my experiences with women, right? Okay, so of all shapes and sizes and colors and age ranges. Okay.
Once upon a time.
Right. So that statement kind of makes sense.
Okay.
And I think once you go through that,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You go through that as long as you feel comfortable, and then eventually it becomes boring.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find that one person. Mm-hmm. Because every man has the ability to commit.
Say that again, Will?
Every man has the ability to commit.
What?
It's do they want to?
Okay. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can say that as someone who has cheated on just about every ex that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say, well, he cheated on me because we wasn't having sex like that. No, I cheated on you, baby, because there were just certain things you weren't providing that I didn't have to go
beyond the sex.
I had to beyond the sex. And it's like I had to learn, like, cheating is when you're in a relationship with someone and you give someone outside of that relationship time, the access, which we all have access
emotional
availability and all that other stuff to the person that you're not with. But to go back to my point, like, I cheated on one woman because she emotionally did not support me. And so I would go and see if she would cook, we would talk, she would give me a hug, I would cuddle with her,
and send you on your way.
And I'd leave.
Will. Is y'all hearing? Is y'all hearing this?
So men, men love, everybody loves some people, it's quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think it's flattering. Okay. Depends on how you can emotionally handle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go back to our example. We're at the event. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm walking. I saw at least 5 women stare at me. Mm-hmm. Right, and one actually approached me. Okay. And I had to kind of, mm-hmm. Hey, baby, I got a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You cute and all that, mm-hmm. but come on now. You out here with a bunch of men in suits and workout clothes. Right. So see what she's leading with? Yeah. I saw, baddies. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I saw them looking at me. Mm-hmm. And it made me feel good. Mm-hmm. It didn't make me approach them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, what? That's a cute little cougar over there.
You don't have to approach them. You don't have to approach.
Man, I'm telling you, you can
see. This is like I don't think you know how many stereotypes you are like
breaking.
Yeah, busting right now because this is the
you
stuff
ain't gotta approach. Like I tell my gal, when she tells me, I saw this dude. He was fine. He had a Porsche. That sounds like your type of dude, but he not gonna put up with you.
Not like I do.
Not like I will. You know what I'm saying?
And she know too.
And she knows that. But it's not to say she's a bad person. Great woman. Great woman.
Just saying. But I'm glad y'all had that kind of communication, that relationship.
And I'll see a girl, I'm like, girl, I saw girl, man. I googled it. I googled it. She played for the Dallas Wings. And she got some legs on it too. Child, but I just looked at her. Mm-hmm. That's it. I window shop. You know what I'm saying? So everybody loves quantity. You know what I'm saying? You would hope people would prefer mm-hmm. quality, but if it's like I remember one night I'm on Broadway and all these little white ladies mm-hmm. was looking at me and they was like, hey, I was like, what's up? Where you from? How do you handle when you walk into a room? Yeah. And it's like, one thing I hate about society mm-hmm. these days, mm-hmm. people want to walk into the room. They want you to look at them.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
It's like, no, just walk into the room. Yeah. People going to look at you regardless because you're different from everyone else that's in the room. Because you're not the same person that's in the room.
You in your own individuality.
Hey, you're going to garner attention anyway. But it's like, I think people look for that attention.
They do. And so then the way they're bringing us, the way they come in the room is like, not only are you getting it right, not only are you getting the regular,
like if you don't,
but now you a show, you a whole show.
Look, dog, if you don't put some masculinity in them shoulders,
now you just a whole show.
What the hell wrong with you, dog?
Why are we doing all this? Just calm down.
Look, I saw someone do walking. We was at the little thing. He was just walking around.
And like I said, you are really busting some myths here for the women. For us, and this is, I was hoping this would happen. So we are gonna kind of start coasting to it because I can tell, you can get a guest on the show and you can tell that y'all can just talk forever. This is one of them situations that you think.
All right, go for it.
So we were talking on the last episode about, I want to hear your opinion on this too. So everybody has their type, all right? Everybody has their type, who they, they're kind of what they're looking for, okay? We talk about that, right? However, who is more open? Who is more open? Who has the more open perspective when it comes to types? Are women more open to like, hey, sis, I met this dude at the men's thing and he was really nice. Now, he ain't quite your type, but I really think you should meet him. Typically, my girl going to be like, all right, I'm in. Are women more prone to do that? Are more open to do that? Or men? Are y'all like stuck on your type to the point where it's like, no, she got to be this, and I really don't have any, leniency in that. Like, it's kind of got to be that.
Some men are.
Okay.
But I have a personal story. Okay. I have a homie, we both growing up, we was like, we like them fluffy, we like them, a little well-rounded at the top and the bottom, if you catch my drift. Mm-hmm. If they a little chunky, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like we can make that work.
Okay.
He married the most petite person I've ever seen in my life.
And so did you ever ask him like, What happened to Fluffy?
Exactly. He said, you know what? Once I got to know her, and once we started doing life with each other and going through life, and they were friends for years.
Okay.
So I start off as friends. And so start up, please. It's so many relationships can you can learn a lot. A real man is going to show you who he is within 120 days, I promise you. Wow. So women will too. Women a little quicker than us. But I said, well, I mean, we went from you know what I'm saying? So I said, well, what's up? He was like, man, just the way she treat me, the way she loved me, the things she changed about me. She accepted me for who I was, but she enhanced things that needed help. So boom, that's changing someone without changing their identity.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Ladies.
Two different things.
Two different things. Yeah. But that's not the question you asked me. But some men will stick to that type. Okay. Most, like, if we get with someone and we start to peel the layers off of them, I'm like, you know what? You're not normally the shape that I would go for.
Okay.
Damn, like, you smart? When I met you, my credit score was not my real credit score. My credit score was 580. Now it's 680. I went from $1,000 to 30. Come on. You a size 4, but shoot, I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, it is what it is, and
I love that.
We're gonna go down this aisle. You know what I'm saying? So I've been hey man, she gotta be a big girl, she gotta be cute, she gotta sound like a cute big girl. She gotta sound like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all, that's hilarious.
You know, she gotta be able to cook. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to get down, she gotta be able, you know what I'm saying?
It goes back to what you were saying about cheating and how it wasn't always about the sex. It was what the other things you were able to get, which were what was the support, which was the meal,
the vulnerability. I can actually talk to you and not be judged.
Right, all that. Those are huge. We don't talk about that, Will, but those are huge. Okay. And so here we are now with a situation where it's like, you know, I was stuck on my type, but here comes something totally opposite. But she checking off the rest of the stuff.
And I think with women, and it's like the woman I'm currently with, I'm gonna use a football term. Okay. I know for damn sure I outkick my coverage with her. So basically what that means is, for all you football ladies, you may know what that means, but for your casual lady that does not watch football, outkicking your coverage means when a ball, especially on a punt, which means you get 3 chances to get a first down. You don't get it. It's now 4th down. You punt the ball away to the other team. This tends to happen a lot on punts. If you got a punter with a strong leg, the ball can hang up into the air too long, which then causes the coverage team to run past or delay getting to that one person that all 11 of them trying to tackle. You got to be a different breed of man to be a kick returner or a punt returner, because you got 11 people trying to kick. So you are then giving the advantage to the receiving team. And most times, if you watch football, that's how a lot of touchdowns are scored on punt returns, because the punter has kind of kicked the ball too high into the air, and coverage team, you just running down there, right? Just like in Dayton, you just running to get an option. You know what I'm saying? On all the BLKs and the tenders and the bumbles, and you running on like Raphael's D 100-yard dash trying to find one. But you know what I'm saying? In some aspects, she's better than me. Okay. And I'm cool with that. Yeah. And I told her, I said, if I'm going to date, I'm dating up. Okay. I'm not dating it to my level. I'm not dating down. Because all me and dating down going to do is just going to get down. That's it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And at my level,
and that goes for women too.
We ain't going to really get nowhere because we own the same level. Unless we can find a way to both elevate. But my girl, she was saying, well, you know, I want a man that, you know, is entrepreneurial, that wants to establish, you know, residency somewhere else, maybe wants to live overseas. You know, he's got to be God-fearing, God-loving man. He can't be in a fraternity. he gotta want to be celibate and all the other stuff. You hear that list and you're like, oh no, he can't do nothing for me. You feel me? But she gave me a shot, and I greatly appreciate her for that. And because of that, I've grown, I've matured, I've even learned more about men with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she has, you know what I'm saying, in her dating experience, and just like you in your dating experience, you've dated the Tyrones to the what's a elite black person name? We just say Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay,
we went from Tyrone to Tyson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's kind of been the same way.
Okay.
And I think that's all it is. Like, I think people have to, when we say get out of your comfort zone, we don't mean go date a white man.
Right.
Go date a Hispanic dude. Right. If that's your groove, that's your groove. I'm all about the hashtag Black Love, but you get you an indie man, you get you, that's on you, baby. I'm gonna be at the wedding if you like me. I ain't gonna be that dude. I'm not gonna be that dude because where I grew up, I went to Antioch High School. For the people that are from Nashville that watch this podcast, there are 20 different languages spoken at that school when I went there. Yes. Now it's up to 40. So when I got to Tennessee, very diverse. I got to Tennessee State and it was a culture shock for me. I called my mother and I said, Mom, where did all these Ninja Turtles come from? And I didn't say Ninja Turtles. And so I had to learn. But when it comes back to types, like, I think women are a little more committed to their type. Okay. And I think they're committed to their type because they may have had a dating experience with that type that may not have worked, but it ended amicably. Okay. And so it's like, you know what? I dated this dude. His name was Bryson. You know, Bryson was a IT director at Amazon. And, you know, Bryson and I, we dated for like 6 months. And, you know, we didn't work out, but I learned a lot from Bryson. Okay. You know, so that's what you're going to go for. You're not going to go for the dude, man. Every time he always hit me up for money and he ain't got no car. We had to Uber everywhere. And then we could never go to the restaurants. We could never go to restaurants I wanted to go to. We always ended up at the Waffle House. Are more committed to their type that they have had a decent experience with. Okay. A man, I'll tell you, I've dated white women. I've dated African American women. I've dated actual African women. I've dated a British chick. I've dated Canadian women. Now, ladies, I'm not trying to be like pump my chest on that, but I'm just telling you like my experiences. Yes. And I was more open to everything. So I can versus right here. Like my gal jokes, you don't have a type. You're right. I'm gonna slide an innuendo rather. I need to see what type of conversation we gonna have. I need to see, you know, if you got kids, how you treat your kids. Because I have an 8-year-old daughter. And like I tell, when I was single, I would tell women, hey, look, now I got an attachment. Yeah. So think of me as a laptop. You can't buy me without buying that jump drive. Can't do it. And I've had women say, I don't like men with kids. No way. They go to dough. So some men, you know, nowadays I can't speak for these men these days. Like, don't try. I'm not. All I can do. It's a situation with. I blame the food. Most men are more open. Okay. I think some women are more committed to their type that they've had a decent experience with. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It came up in the respect of in our previous episode on this topic, where we felt like women have been more groomed to give certain kinds of men a chance. For instance, I know my grandma, aunties, big mamas, people like that would give advice about men to us. And they would say things like, well, baby, and I'm going to say it just like they said it. The ugly ones need, somebody too. And, that they provide well and, they work hard. And so it almost taught us, maybe not this younger generation, but definitely mine, that you don't overlook a dude just because he's not, checking off all your aesthetic list. Okay. And so we kind of feel like those of us that are in our late 30s, 40s, we kind of feel like
we are a little more open. We'll say, okay, he did it in the top a little bit, but girl, everything he dressed real nice, and so we'll make adjustments like that. Oh, he he not quite like 5'6", but but you couldn't tell, girl. You couldn't tell he does short, and we will make the adjustment. You can't tell. His personality covers up for,
He's just shorter than you. Y'all walking down the hill. Down the street, you got them 3-4 inch heels on. He's clearly down there.
Clearly. But, his personality makes up for that. So, he's cool. He's cool. So sometimes we'll do that. We do that. And we want to know, do men do that? Do y'all say to y'all bros, man, you know what I like. Don't even bring that over here. Nah, man, she cool. She like this, and this though. Do y'all do that like adjustment like we do? Sometimes. Okay.
And I know mine is to speak to the women. I think you hit the nail right on the head. And your granny, but you said your granny.
Really, my mom said that. And I'm sure her mom said that.
But here's why I say that. Mm-hmm. Look at the generations. Mm-hmm. Look at the generations. Mm-hmm. Your granny and your grandfather, they had no choice but to be with each other.
Come on.
They had a choice. They had a choice. Everybody's got a choice. I don't give a damn how old you are. Everybody got a choice. Mm-hmm. But in that time frame, probably late 50s, 60s, 70s, couple, into the 80s to an extent, you know what I'm saying? Like women weren't able to do the things that women are doing now. Yeah.
They needed each other.
They needed each other.
It was a different dependency.
Then back in that time, let's just keep gangster. Mm-hmm. The level of access that people have now was not present. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't present. So women, grandmothers and great grandmothers and some moms had to bear more with men because you know what? Daddy ain't making that much money, but daddy keep a roof over our head. Mm-hmm. Daddy is providing. Daddy done put all 3 of his kids through college. Daddy done did this, daddy done did that, even though daddy going in the garage drinking and smoking and shooting up something. Some, not trying to say that for every day, but that's just how, from what I've learned in conversations I've had,
some people.
Yeah, with older men, and that's what they would do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think what it is now, like, you commit to your type. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to hit that criteria, but when you get older, some of the things are important.
Don't matter.
It gotta be like when you in your 20s. When you're 20s, y'all can struggle together.
Right. Okay.
You can struggle together when y'all in your 20s. Y'all can literally grow together. Like all that. But when you hit the 30s, it's like Steve, and I know Steve Harvey's controversial. Yeah. Steve Harvey and talked about how we as men should work hard in our 20s and make a lot of mistakes in our 20s. Kind of like Gary Vaynerchuk said the same thing. And then once you get to your 30s, if you are mature in your decision making, your 20s and all that good stuff, your 30s could potentially be a breeze, or it's going to be a struggle for a couple years. Once you hit them 33s, 34s, up until 37, 38, that's when it's going to figure itself out. The Lord, the universe, or whoever you believe in, is going to give you what you work for. You feel me? But I will say, now that you have a lot of men and women that are single in their mid to late 30s and their 40s, that's why they're saying, so what's up with this stock portfolio? Do you invest in cryptocurrencies? If
because you're so much further along,
you're further along. Hopefully,
like, clearly you must have some of these things.
Something, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I will say this, and my father said this. He asked my stepmom or my second mom. That's my bonus mom. That's the correct term. You got to use that term nowadays. But I do see my second mother as a mother for sure. She has done a lot for me. Stacy, if I were to not be able to work, would you still be with me? Stacy said, "Why not? I got you. You got me. We got each other."
That's how this works.
Stacy make bread though, so
she wasn't worried about.
She wasn't worried about none of that. But
still, though,
Stacy got the
cheese.
The point is that my dad was taken care of, and so
that's the way it should be. Will.
And I asked the woman I'm with to this day, if what money I do make, if it stopped altogether, like 50 Cent said, if I went from a Benz to a hoopty, would you still love me? And a lot of women these days are going to say no.
No, they need the bins.
But it's not even they need the bins. That I think that sounds a little materialistic. They need the stability. And I think where a lot of, and I'm gonna come right out and say this, I think where a lot of women mess up when it comes to that stability, they see what their father has done for them. But then you have to look on the back end, like you don't know everything that dude has to go through.
Absolutely, the story to get you to make
do
sure
these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like with my daughter, I'm not a billionaire by no means necessary.
She has no idea.
She has never known that there have been times where I have had to struggle to get her, into school programs.
She always had it.
But she's always had it. There may have been a couple of times here or there where I wasn't able to do something, but those are few and far between.
And in her mind, Daddy got everything.
Right. Daddy, and to this day,
she don't know nothing different.
It was funny. She asked my baby mom. Yes, and I say baby mom. She asked my baby mama, she was like, she said, money? We just call Daddy, he got money.
See?
And what did my baby mama do? Baby Daddy, what? Can I borrow $100? For what?
Right.
I just want to get the baby something. All right, whatever. Just cash at me. That could have been my last $100. But
baby needed it.
And so I think a lot of women have to understand. I bet you sit down and ask your dad that backstory. A lot of y'all appreciate men a little different. Shocked. You will be shocked.
Yeah, I believe that.
You will be shocked. Okay. To get back to the point. Yeah. I challenge you to sit your father down and say, "Hey,
this is good.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Tell me whatever it is you want to tell me. How were you able to provide everything? Because father set the standard." And I think, and there's nothing wrong with a woman saying, well, my dad made 6 figures and my dad owned businesses and my dad's got rental property. So I would want a man that either does that or has access to do that or has the potential to do that. Right. So nothing wrong with you saying it. But I think the problem is with women these days, they want to know, like, when we was at the Black Menswear thing, one of the little gals, she was like, oh, what do you do for a living? I said, I work for a radio station. I work for a radio company. She was like, oh, okay. And she was like, so how long you been there? I said, oh, no, she does her research.
Right.
I said, okay, cool. So she knows.
She calculating in her head.
She's trying to count them pockets.
Yes, she is.
You know what I'm saying? And so yes, I am a producer here in the Nashville area. I do have a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not going to tell you how much money I make. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's none of your business. Now, I don't need to know how much money you make. Right. You don't need to know how much money I make. Yeah. But I think when women lead with the what can you do for me, that's gonna turn a real man off. So I challenge y'all. Yeah. Talk to y'all dads.
Yes.
And ask him, what was it? How were you able to do everything that you were able to do? Yeah. Okay. And B, you ask that old married lady that's married to that old dude that's driving around in that nice ass Porsche, all his wife got to do is sit there and just look pretty.
What life is really like?
Right. What was that life really like? Who was he when she first met him?
Yeah. This is the conversations that we need to be having with our elders. Okay. I've had that conversation with my dad, and like Will saying, blew me away. The backstory, because I'm living in my own reality, as I grew up with a dad like him. I was not aware. As a child, you're not aware of the things that are going on to make sure you are living a certain kind of life. And I had a whole other level of appreciation for him after that.
I think we as men, I'm gonna say it. Nobody cares about black men until somebody kills another black man. And
I hate to say it.
That's when, I love my black man and shout out to the kings and shut up. Because you was just talking about how ain't poop emoji I was and you told me not to curse for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because y'all mama almost dropped the F-bomb. But like,
he doing something.
Like, right, y'all.
Yes, he's doing great.
I have aspirations of being a black Howard Stern. So so
that explains a lot.
So, but I think once we start really appreciating, and we as some black men don't appreciate black women. Hence why you see a lot of black men with other women. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. Cool. That's on you. But that's not me.
Yeah.
You feel me? So we got to just start appreciating each other. And we got to really start genuinely. And we got to start, bearing with each other. It talks about it in the Bible. Yeah. Bearing with each other's burdens.
That's what love does.
You know what I'm saying? What there's a singer that says, I want you and all your BS. Now, I'm not saying like if you just
trash,
bat,
you treat
just bat crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not finna deal with you. I've been down that road.
Right.
But all I'm saying is when I say bearing, it's like, okay, you know what? He's a good dude. He's ambitious. He ain't got that much money though. Okay. There's a reason why he ain't got that much money.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, poverty is a mindset that turns into a way of life.
Yeah.
And that's one thing my gal taught me, spelling words. Because when I met her, I was like, yeah, I'm a freak. I'm this, I'm that. And then I'm like, she said, baby, don't say that about
Let's
yourself.
rephrase this.
Don't say that about yourselves. That's spelling words. And I think it's called etymology, the study of words. And so,
etymology, yeah, that's it.
It started with an E.
That's it.
You close. That's it. I was getting there. I looked it up. Changed my whole vocabulary.
Wow, well.
And so again, that goes back into the bearing with each other. And
she could have just been like, oh my God.
Well, I know when to call him. Okay, get out. You know what I'm saying? But
she's like,
but again, she saw something.
Yeah.
And I think as men and women, we need to see something. It's got to be deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to get back to appreciating each other. Yeah. And I think that will then help us when it comes to evaluating what it is we really want. Because like, there was a podcaster that said, you say you're dating with intentions, but his intentions could just be to clap them cheeks. Yeah. So we as men, and I'm going to tell on us a little bit, we as men, we know how, once we get to rapping with you, like, once we get to rapping with you, we know what intentions to come with to get what we want.
And that's sad, but true.
It's sad, but true. Women are the same way.
I just need y'all to share this out with a friend, a female friend, a male friend, okay? Because we hit some stuff that, again, really dispelled some of the myths that we deal with as men and women, especially in this whole single dating situation, okay? We hit a lot of that. And just some of the points that, have these conversations with your elder men folk in your family, particularly your dad, if you're able to, women, and really get some backstory on what, like we have such a, I know I did. I mean, just to use me for example, I know I had such a romanticized view of what the man needed to be for me, because my dad was like Superman. Okay. However, once we started having these conversations, he didn't stop being Superman because I just love him like that. However, the reality sinked in. Is that the right word? Sinked in. And so I was able to balance that. And I think, ladies, we don't have that balance sometimes. And so we still have Superman in our minds, and we don't have the reality there to balance that out. And so we kind of have, our expectations can be a little out.
Date with intentions.
Yeah.
Step out the box. That means stepping out your race. Do you. But just know, black women are on the top of everybody's list. Okay, in every race.
We needed to hear it.
In every race. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So move accordingly. All right. Talk to your dad.
Or a male elder
figure,
person in your life.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the real story.
And get that. And you gotta have you that elder couple. You gotta have you that elder couple that's been married more than 20 years and they still actually like each other.
Yeah. That's huge.
Okay. Because I got one of those.
I do.
And luckily for me, he's a mentor in the broadcasting world for me.
Great. Yeah.
And we work together all the time.
Oh, good.
Man, he's been married for over 20 years. Anytime I anytime we going through something. Okay. Hey, look, dog, look, man, this is what happened. This is what I did this time. Well, you should have did that. Okay, cool. All right, how we work this out? Y'all need to do that.
I love it. That is so crucial. It really is, though. even for singles, it's crucial. You gotta have it. You gotta have those kind of people, the checks and balances in your life. Any more wisdom?
You got to bring it back.
You got to bring it back.
Yeah.
I'm
down with that.
I'm gonna bring it back. Yeah, this was so good. I'm so glad. I was like, kind of like, oh no, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad I had Will on. This was really good. And I just want to thank Will for being here with us and sharing so candidly. He didn't have to tell y'all all this stuff. You know, he could kind of, edit it himself, but he gave y'all the real deal. Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He gave y'all the real deal. And so I'm really appreciative of that. Y'all know what to do. Share it out. All right. As we grow our little podcast, I'm so excited about that. And we're going to call it a wrap. So y'all be good. And we're going to catch you on the next one. All right.